Good morning. It is Saturday, April 22nd, 2017. I just finished workout number 10. So I think we're right in the middle of the challenge, I think. I want to say we're 3 weeks in now. Well, tomorrow will be 3 weeks in exactly, I think. Pretty sure. Yeah, it has to be because 10 workouts in 2 weeks because I'm off pace now. I need to make up several workouts. I need to make up 5. In fact, I might have already pushed myself. No, I think I can still do it. I think we might have 4 weeks left. This might just be the end of week 2. I can't remember now. Anyway, today was a really good workout. I pushed super hard. Today they did something insane, which I've never seen. Lauren was the one who invented the workout. They always put who creates the workout on the board. They put, workout of the day, and then they'll put the name, trainer, and the name of the trainer. It was Bryce today was the trainer, but Lauren had created this workout. So on the board she puts teams of 4 or 5 teams. Each team does each exercise and then moves on to the next. So he broke us into groups of 10. Our group was 10. I think some had 9. They were roughly around 10 people per group. Or I think it was like 9 in 2 groups or something. And the exercises were many. So, for example, burpees. The very first one is 0 count burpees. 200 of them. 200 0 count burpees. So the group, if your group is 10 people, you each have to do 20. Now he said, if there's someone in your group who has trouble doing as many reps as someone else, and there's someone else that can do more, that's fine. One person can do 30 and the other person can do 10. He said among the group you can break the reps up however you want. Our group, we all just decided to do equal share. Right at the beginning I said, I can't really do 20 burpees. I said that kind of like quietly. No one really heard me, or they weren't listening really. I guess it was more to myself. I can't do 20 burpees. The thing is that they're the 0 count kind, which does make them slightly easier. 0 count means you don't do the push-up. You jump out into your plank position, then you jump back to stand, leaning over, and then you stand up with a little jump and repeat over and over. So I was able to do 20. In fact, I could have done 20 in a row without stopping, but Bryce came over, and he's funny. He and I joke a little bit, which is nice. It's different. I saw the board. I'm like, 200 burpees? I said, are you doing those burpees? I said, I can't do 200 burpees. That'll kill me. And then some of the other exercises were like 1,000 ghost ropes. Ghost ropes is like you're jumping rope, you're skipping rope, but you don't have the actual rope. You're just doing the motion. You're just hopping back and forth and moving your arms. So yeah, 1,000 ghost ropes. 400. We had like rope slams, Hulk rope slams, which is one of my favorites. You grab the battle ropes, which are these giant. They look like shoelaces. Oversized shoelaces. They're massive. Each end fits in your hand, and they're 15 feet long or something. They're chained to the floor, so you can do different things with them. But Hulk slams. You stand, you hold them together like this over your head, and you slam them against the floor. Those I love. They're one of my favorites. It's an aggressive kind of like animal. It's like an ape. It's like what an ape would do, a silverback gorilla would do when he works out, slamming ropes. It feels like primal. I guess primal is the word. So yeah, 400 of those. God, I'm struggling to remember. And then some of them was like 30 each. So they wanted you to make sure that everybody did the same amount. We did like 30 wide stance push-ups, which is your arms are just out far and you do a push-up. And actually those were amazing for me. I was able to do 30 in a row without stopping at all. Now granted, I'm doing them on my knees, which they say is like girl push-up, which I think is really offensive to women, to call it a girl push-up. That's just what I've heard it called for so long. Modified push-up is probably a better way to say it, but instead of up on your toes where your whole core and back is under stress, you're on your knees, so it takes the stress off. They're still hard. For me, they're still difficult because of all the weight on my torso. So yeah, pretty good workout for me. I mean, I pushed hard. I think near the end I really did start to peter out at the end. What was the exercise that I could feel it on? We did medicine ball slams. That's another one that's very primal. You just pick up the medicine ball and over your head and slam it against the ground and then repeat over and over. That one I started to feel it. Oh, we did banded push-up or pull-ups. Banded means that it's like a rubber band. It's this giant thick rubber band, and they have different thicknesses for different resistance. And it's hooked to a bar and it hangs down. You put your foot in the loop. So your foot is in the bottom of the stretchy loop, and you put your weight on it, but you're holding the bar. So it's as if you're going to do a push-up, like a fit person can do a pull-up. I'm sorry. I keep saying push-up. A pull-up. You know, someone can grab the bar and do chin-ups or pull-ups. Chin-up is front of you, pull-up is behind the head, I believe. Yeah. No, actually, it's how you hold it. So this would be pull-up. This is a chin-up. This is a pull-up. So I was able to do 10 of those. Once I let go of the box, because you have to step up on a box to get your foot in the band. Once I let go of the box, my weight just completely, stretches the band. Like it's not really assisting me getting up. Like I'm still pulling super hard and pushing a little bit with my left foot on the box. So it's an assisted pull-up, but I was able to really work my arms. I mean, I could feel my arms and shoulders. Like, it's really a strong workout for them. So that really took it out of me. And then, what was it? Dips. We had to do body dips. So a body dip is like you're doing a table pose. No, it's not table. It's a yoga pose, but it's I guess it's bridge. It's like bridge, but you're up on your arms. You're not on your back and neck. So you're up, your pelvis is in the air, your hands are flat on the ground, and your knees are bent, but your feet are on the ground. And there's a weight on your pelvis, and then you do dips where you bend your elbows. So body dips, those I felt it. And then that was the last one for our group. We finished all, I think there's 8 of them, 8 different exercises, all with those different counts, 200, 300, whatever they were, or 1,000 like the ghost ropes, which is 100 ghost ropes each person. So we finished it, and then you have to go back to the top and start over. So we go back to the top and we go back to burpees. And I'm like, oh, back to burpees. And he called out 2 minutes, and I was like, oh, thank goodness. 2 minutes left to do burpees. And that was probably the most challenging at the very end of all of that, was to do more burpees. And I want to say I did 5 more. I think I got 5 more of them in. So that was, that was decent. I mean, I felt like, okay, 5 more, not bad. I'll do a U-turn here. I missed my turn. Then we did a finisher. Yeah, everything was really good. Nothing really was terrible on my joints and stuff. I'm definitely feeling like the weight in my torso has reduced enough that there's certain exercises now where it takes mostly arm and shoulder strength, not so much the core strength or coordinating with your legs. But if it's just mostly arm strength, I guess a push-up would be an example. I don't want to say burpees, but certain exercises now feel so much easier to do. one or two of, is what I mean to say. It's still hard to get out, 30 of them. That's still difficult. It's not easy to do 30 of any exercise in a row. But, at least initially it's like, oh, okay, I'm lighter. I can feel myself lighter, and my strength is higher. So again, and I've talked about this repeatedly, where they're kind of intersecting, the strength is growing and the weight is reducing, and each time, it's almost like each workout I kind of feel it a little bit more. So yeah, I definitely had 5 or 6 moments of that today. Oh, I did, I attempted ninja jumps. Oh, they're funny. I laugh because some of these exercises to me are insane as far as like how hard they are to do, and like, when would you ever really need a ninja jump? When am I going to? I'm not training to be able to do ninja jumps in the real world anywhere. I mean, okay, maybe when I'm snowboarding, it'll help me pull my legs up quickly to do certain things, maybe, but you're not going to see me walking around doing ninja jumps. Ninja jump is you hop up off the floor, and you also tuck your knees up towards your chin, and you slap your hands on the top of your knees. So it's like this really high, you jump up into the air real high, slap your knees. You're supposed to like compact your body and, close. But mine definitely didn't look that clean, but I did 1 or 2 of them. And then I had to go back to modified. The biggest thing, though, is that it's really hard on my knees and my feet. Otherwise, I think I can handle the level of cardio. I can handle the muscular demand it puts on my legs and core and stuff. But it's just so brutal on my joints that I have to stop after 1 or 2. That I know that if I kept going, I would be in pain. And that's definitely one of the big things I'm really trying to avoid is pain, and then ultimately injury. That's just, no, I'm not doing that. That's not, it's not wise at all to think, okay, go so hard that you injure yourself, So yeah, that was my day. It was really good. So the whole thing about I can't do 20 burpees, saying that out loud, and it was kind of to another person, it was like right as we're about to start them. So I don't think she heard me necessarily, but she probably just thought to herself, well, you're gonna have to try, or who knows. I'm like, I guess I'm gonna just get through them. I really feel like I can't. I've done 15, and that was sort of my limit. But those were 15 real ones, 15 full burpees. So this is 15 of the, modified cheater burpees. Cheater. So I just got through them. Now Bryce came walking up. I think what I was saying was, I completely lost track of what I was saying. Wow. That doesn't happen that often, but it does. Bryce, before the workout, I was like, who's doing these 200 burpees? You? That'll be interesting to see. 1,000 ghost ropes, so we just keep going until tomorrow, or 3 hours later, and we're on 1,000, and he's laughing, we're joking, and every time he walked by, I kept throwing another hypothesis at him. Oh, so we'll go, and we'll each call out when we hit 10, and then you'll count to 200, and he's like, no. So then, while we're doing the burpees, I think I was on like 16, or 17. He comes over, and I come up, and he's like, see, you thought we were gonna, you couldn't, like, he was just like jabbing at me, like, oh, you couldn't do the burpees, or, do you see now how we're doing them, or some, and I just looked at him, I was like, and he was holding his hand up for a high five, which is his thing, he always does that, and I just went back down and did another one, because I'm trying to keep my momentum. I know I only have like 4 left, 3, whatever. And he's like, oh, you're going to leave me hanging on that one? So I get back up, I come back up for the 17th, I believe. And I was like, oh, you made me lose my count. I gave him a high five, and I was like, that means I get to stop. He's like, no, just guess. I was like, all right, I think I have 3 left. So I did 3 more, and if he hadn't come up to me and made me lose my count and it broke my focus for a minute, I would have done 20 in a row without stopping, which to me feels amazing. And they are feeling less rough than they were at the very beginning. As far as when my legs come back up, the hardest part for me is returning from the push-up or plank position to, leaping with my feet and landing and standing up. Like, that's the hardest part. And my legs always splay out really wide, a wide stance, to land easier and more stability when I land. So, but not quite as wide as I used to. My legs now are landing closer together, which is good. Feels really good. So I'm improving on those. And that's it really, I think. Not much else to report. I'm really, really on track with eating and water and stuff. I feel super good about it. My next thing now, I've been saying it, and I want to try it, is to cut out Splenda. The reason is I looked at the packet of one yesterday because I thought, you know what, I haven't even checked the nutrient info of Splenda. I just assumed that it was okay for me to have. So I check a packet of it, and it's actually at 1 gram of carbohydrates per packet. So I'm giving myself carbohydrates throughout the day that I shouldn't be. So that's not cool. So I think that's my thing now, is I'm going to try to cut out Splenda. I do have some stevia. I found at Fry's it was on sale, and it's like Sweet Leaf. It's a certain brand that claims no bitter aftertaste. And maybe I'll look up online if there's a way to make stevia not have a bitter aftertaste. But I'm going to give it a try again. I'm going to try to drop Splenda at least like a week. Try it a couple of days, a week, or whatever. Actually, I'm not going to... So I have had 1 packet today with my oatmeal. What I'm going to try is just to go 1 day without it. That's my baby step. I'm not going to do this like I'm going to try for a week. I'm going to go for a month. Those things don't work for me. I'm going to try 1 day without Splenda. I'm going to try 1 day just stevia. And if it's miserable, if I can't eat my food, or like my yogurt, I always have 1 Splenda. I'll have some coffee with Splenda. If none of those are enjoyable or awful with stevia, maybe I'll talk about going back to it. But I'm going to try 1 day without Splenda. And if tomorrow I'm okay, then I'll try it for a 2nd day, and I'll begin building up to completely weaning myself off of it. So that's my pledge right now. I'm going to try 1 day, no Splenda, just stevia, and I'll report back tomorrow how that went. So I'll check in tomorrow.